Good morning, folks. Kathy here with Living Miracle Homestead. Well, I want you to see what I've been up to. First of all, check out my tomatoes. Look how much they've grown in just no time at all. And I'm starting to get some basil, good size down there, coming up between them. Oh, I think that's a tomato coming up there. Yeah, tomatoes are coming up everywhere. Check this one right here out. Look how big that is. Isn't that crazy? Now I gotta pull these weeds out and gotta make sure. I don't have time to pull the weeds out today, but I have to make sure that I don't disturb any of the nasturtiums. I believe this nasturtiums are on this end. No, take that back. This end was echinacea. So I really need to look, but I believe that these are echinaceas. But all of this monarchy is just grass. But what I came out here to get was this right here, because I am going to be planting. And while I'm out here, I want to show you a few things. Look at that volunteer peanut. So over there there's a line of them on the edge next to the fence that are bok choy. Then I have radishes, and then I have nasturtiums, and see the nasturtiums coming up? Yay! I live in Florida, so hopefully it'll be warm enough for a while to get some of those. But before I pick that up and move it, because maybe I'll just get a new bag, because that is soaking wet. And I do need more in the beds. Looky here where I put those radishes. They're all bunched up together, but hey, I could use these for baby greens. I can't figure out what this is. But anyways, it grows everywhere, probably weed. The heather are doing really fantastic and feeding my bees like crazy. The bees just love the heather. Now, you want to know what David and I have been doing? Check out the beehive. I'll bring you over there in just a minute. I'm going to walk this way. Check out how big this has grown. I can't get over how fast these tomato plants has grown. But you guys remember, I took the chicken dirt out of it was dirt, manure, compost, all that kind of stuff, out from the chicken coop, and I brought it out here and spread it. I left it here for a couple of days and let it rain in, and that's where all these tomatoes are composting, coming up from out of the compost. Here's a mango tree coming up. Everywhere where I put that chicken manure, it's growing crazy. And yeah, it could have burnt it, but I wanted to do experiment because I seen my tomatoes coming up and their manure all the time, and I'm like, well, this can't be. So I'm not saying for you to go and do that, but check out mine. So this is my beehive, my newest beehive. David went and helped the bee club put up some fencing, and these little girls are happy at home. Eventually, I'm going to move my other hive that's on the other side, way over past that jungle. You can see right there is the roof of the big shed, and it is right underneath there. I'm going to move it over here because I can't keep the jungle down over there and be able to pull weeds and stuff around them like I can over here. I can keep this, I've been able to keep this better down because I'm in here more. I'm forever going in here and getting things. David left his tool out here. I better get it out of the rain. So, looks like it won't be long till I can pull more of these Malabar spinach and put them in the freezer. Forget. That's licorice smelling. That's probably sweet. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't like licorice. Might be holy basil. I don't know. I think holy basil smells like licorice too, doesn't it? Let's see. Now I gotta use a different hand to smell this one. Now this is my lemon, and I think I'm gonna break that off and take that in and freeze dry it. Yeah. And yeah, it's got some flowers on it, but that's okay. That's quite all right with me. This one right here. That one's sweet mint. I've still got some stuff in here from planting for the bees, and I'm going to clean that out and plant more for the bees. Now, I am really excited about how beautiful these heather have gotten. But I was thinking, instead of them being up there in my cages, I could plant them all the way around the bottom of the fence and have a beautiful little haven for the bees to get. Now I've got to cut some of this grapevine because it's going everywhere, and I want to keep it on that trellis. So I'm going to try and root some. I've got to look up how to do that. Possibly share them with other folks. Look at how they're reaching up into my, I got to get them out of my peach tree too. I got ginger here that's gonna be growing for a little while longer, and then I'll probably harvest that and I'll probably harvest that and freeze dry it. See the bees up in there? They're all working these heather and taking it back to my girls. Now this is the hive box that Miss Rosie gave me. I am not liking this though. I've got to figure out how to fix that. There is ants, and it's really making me mad. I'm hoping that the girls can repelize this and keep the ants off. I've got a queen excluder so she can't get out for at least a couple of weeks. I'm going to leave that on the bottom. And then I'm going to close them up and leave them for a while and let them just build, do whatever they want to do. So anyways, but I don't want to open the boxes in the same day, because I don't want the bees to rob one another. Hopefully by putting the other box over here it won't cause any issues. And this is what we have been working on. I've got to watch the landmines around here. That dog leaves them everywhere, and I haven't had time to pick them up. So this is the beginning, and I'll bring back more. I'm making a total video of this. This is the beginning wall of my macaw cage. I need to get all this stuff cleaned out of here first before we put any more up, because I want to put wire underneath all of this so that nothing can get under there. Nothing can get in these cages now, but I really want them to be able to be okay. I don't think that a possum or something like that would have much luck with my macaws. So I think that the chain link will be all right. I could even go over top of that with chicken wire, but I didn't want to do that because the macaws will grab a hold of that and walk around along these wires and really be able to move around much better. So I've decided David, at first I wanted the door here. Then David tried to talk me into putting it there, but I have and it's got a fruit on it. I have a beautiful white dragon fruit here that is fruiting for me, so I want to leave that alone. And it's given me like three fruits off of it so far, or maybe more. Anyways, yeah. So I decided if I can get all this cleaned up, then the door would be right there and I could just come in and not have any issues straight from the back door. So I haven't been able to get any sugar apples this year. I got one in the beginning and it was able to ripen up, but I picked it too early. I picked them too early. And so I left them on there, and lo and behold, unfortunately, the what do you call it? I don't know if it was the ants or whatever, but there was a massive one right there on that little stalk, and it was just the whole bottom of it was gone, and it was falling down onto the ground, and I was so disappointed. So I've got to get this jungle straightened out. It's just way too crazy, and I'm not able to get harvests off of the things that I really want. We had some miracle fruit that were ready, and I should have picked them before we started this right here, but I didn't, and they got knocked off. Jaboticaba, yeah, it's got some green ones on there, but no ripe fruit. I looked at this yesterday. So anyways, I let my daughter taste the grape that I pulled off of here. Had one that was ready right there. This one's almost ready. It's still a little bit hard, so I let her have that and try it. She was like, "This is really strange, Mom." So I may just pick those when they come on, because they're tasty to me and I enjoy them, but I can't eat that many. I may just keep those and pull them and put them in the freezer. Oh, here's one too up here that might be close to being ripe. Nope, still very hard, but look at that little cluster. They shouldn't even be doing right now. Oh, and I got something else to show you. This is really super cool. Look at the teeniest little mushrooms in this bamboo. Is that crazy or what? They are so cool looking. Now we're going to be getting a ton of rain because we got some kind of a tropical storm or depression or something, whatever they want to call it. I don't know. I haven't been paying attention in the news. But David tells me all this stuff. And That's going to give us rain for the next 4 or 5 days. So it's supposed to be raining right now. Well, with the humidity right now, I'm telling you, right now, this is crazy. I am like soaking wet already. So, phew. I've got a lot of stuff to do, and I've decided that, I've got to go back and check to see if I closed that fence. I don't want them dogs in my garden. Nope. Thank you, Lord, for letting me know I didn't close it. I definitely don't want them getting into the bees and getting hurt and hurting my bees, but, you know. I don't know if I'll ever have a normal, beautiful, massive, tamed jungle, but I hope to. I guess if I would eliminate all the weeds, I could probably do a lot better, but I don't ever want to do that because the weeds are just as important. Now, I want to show you some stuff about this. This is amazing. I can't get over there because of that right there right now. We moved that out of my way earlier over to there. So I'm hoping I can find some on this side. Y'all know we just cut this tree back, and the neighbor and I and David, and I have not had any beans on this beautiful bed. I had some flowers, but check this out. Now they're actually fruiting, and these are beans, and this has all happened since I think I'm gonna let them, maybe I'll get them. Let me check and see if these are ready. Yeah, those are ready. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and pick these. I'm gonna look through the rest here and see if I can't find some more beautiful beans. Some things just need sun. They really do. Some things just need it to get them where they need to be. There's one. I don't think it's ready though. Yeah, it needs to be a little bit bigger. That one's kind of shriveled. I'm gonna take it. So I'm gonna look through here and I'll bring you back. Okay, so now I'm pulling up these peanuts, and like I said, everything needs sun, and I'm not really getting anything out of these peanuts either. And I know it's because, well, I take that back. There's some right here. There you go. But that's nothing compared to what I could have if it was in full sun. So, let me get to pulling these and see how many peanuts I get. Okay, I'm done digging those. Not much in there, not even probably 5 or 6. And they're really tiny. Now, those were a Spanish peanut, not like what I had purchased before. So, I am going back to Georgia the end of this month, and I'm going to see if I can't find some of the peanuts that I had before. Maybe they'll do better, but it's starting to sprinkle, so I'm gonna call it a day. Okay, so this was my harvest. Lemon basil, some butter beans, or lima beans, whatever you want to call them, and like I said, 5 or 6 of these tiny little peanuts. But let me tell you, I'm going to set these up and let them dry and give them to my macaws. I have been doing that, and they've been eating them like crazy. That's why I wanted to grow peanuts, because my macaws eat a lot of peanuts. So there you have it. Peanuts, Christmas limas, and those other kind of limas. And these were brown. I don't remember the name of them. I'll have to look back or something. I don't know. Anyways, I'm happy to have these. If I had left these in the shell, they would have dried probably better, and if I could keep them from molding. But I prefer to dry mine outside of the shell. But these are not going to be dried outside the shell. I'm going to put these in a little Ziploc bag and put them in the refrigerator. And when I get some more, I am going to put them together, and I'm going to cook them together, even though they're 2 different kinds. Until I get a good harvest of one thing, I'm not going to do that. So, thank you for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time here on Living Miracle Homestead. Bye now.